Hi there. So again, I'm Evelyn Jerome-Alexander. I'm the founder of Magellan College Counseling, and my team and I have been helping guide students and their families through the college search and application process for 15 years. I'm here to walk you through each section of the common application. And I'm trying to keep it really short, but I'm also trying to make sure I tell you all the little nitpicky details that I want you to know about. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm logged into my common application. And just to get us set up, because we're just getting started. So here on the left is really your navigation area. And here in the middle, this sort of larger chunk in the middle is your workspace. And then here on the right is where you can find some help and support. There's a really robust help library inside the Common App. So honestly, if you have a question, just type it in here. I will tell you that I have two screens, and when I put my Common App application on my laptop, this whole area doesn't live here. I think it lives down at the bottom because my laptop screen isn't wide enough. So your screen might look a little different than mine, and if so, that's probably why. So let's get started. We're going to do all of our work right here in the common application, and you can see it's sort of a multi-layered navigation. So when I clicked on common application here, the navigation here on the left kind of shrank down. You can still access everything, right? I've got the My Colleges tab right here. I've got the college search tab right here. There's some other stuff here, financial aid settings, all this good stuff. So I'm going to spend most of my time with you here in the common application. And where I want to start is the profile section. So these are all the subsections of the common app. And I'm going to start here with you, and then I'll have separate videos for all of these sections. Some will be shorter than others, I promise you. But when you open up the profile section, again, you'll see more layers. You'll see some more subsections. So personal information is stuff like your name, your really just your name and date of birth. That's pretty easy. And you'll see I'm hitting continue to move my way through the common app. That's really what makes everything save. So continue is really your friend. So then there's an address section, really just an address. But again, every time you see this little red asterisk, that means it's required. So if you skip a question where there's an asterisk, you're not going to get the green check over here. You got to answer every single question. So you tell it, I don't have an alternate address, or you do if you're living at school or if you're living somewhere else, you would have them send email to a different address. Okay, so then I'm going to hit continue. And again, contact details is really your phone number and your email address. Really, it's just your phone number. Look at that. Your demographics, I want you to, again, be aware of the red asterisk versus not the red asterisk. So if there's no red asterisk, it's not required. You do not have to answer this question if you don't want to. Same thing with pronouns. Same thing with all of these questions on this page, really, except legal sex. That's the only thing on this page that's really required. So I'm going to keep clicking through. So language, I want to chat a minute about. If you've taken a couple years, 3 or even 4 years of a foreign language at school, you should probably say that you're proficient in that language. It's not asking you if you're fluent. It's asking you if you're proficient. And there's a difference. So if you obviously grew up speaking another language, you are fluent in it. But if you've taken 2 or 3 years of Spanish or French or German, you probably can either speak, read, or write in that language. So the chances are you should probably say, you should probably give yourself credit for that additional language. If you grew up speaking 2 languages, they definitely want to know what your first language was and what's spoken in your home. And it's okay if you have more than one language that falls into that category. They're really trying to get some context in the environment in which you were raised throughout the whole application. So make sure you give yourself credit, not only for languages that you speak at your house, but languages that you've taken in school. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. Again, the geography and nationality section, this is something that I want you to pay attention to if you're filling out the application way, way, way before deadlines. There's some sensitive information in here, right? So you're going to tell it where you were born. Okay, that's fine. Then we get to citizenship status, and you'll see that's required, right? We have an asterisk here. And if I tell it I'm a US citizen, watch what happens. This is a dynamic application. So another box is going to pop up and it's going to ask me for my social security number. That's because the colleges are trying to match up your application with your financial aid application if you apply for financial aid. And the social security number helps them do that. But you'll see that the social security number is not required. So if you tell it that you are a US citizen and you don't enter a social and you hit continue, you're going to see I have a green check here. And in my brain, that makes me think I might forget to go back and check it before I submit my application. The reason I don't want you to put your social security number in here is that I don't want your social hanging out in cyberspace for months before you apply. I want you to go back right before you submit your first application, then you can put in your social. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the answer on citizenship. I'm going to leave this one unanswered. And that way, when I hit continue, the green check over here for this section went away. That will remind me I have to go back into that section and answer some questions that I skipped before. The last section here in the profile section is the Common App fee waiver. There's a lot of reasons that you could get fee waivers for basically all of the schools that you apply to on the Common Application. So I want you to read this whole list of eligibility reasons. A lot of students go to schools where the entire school is enrolled in the federal free lunch program. If that's the case, you want to ask your counselor at school, should I say yes to this fee waiver question? Because you may not qualify under other reasons, but you may be qualify for free lunch, which automatically qualifies you for a fee waiver from the colleges. So you're going to answer this question honestly. And then the last question in this section, there's only 2 questions. The Common App has partnered with this organization called You Strive, which provides free support and mentorship for students who are applying to college. So if you would like to be connected with a free mentor, you say yes to this question and they will reach out and contact you. Okay, so I'm going to hit here. I'm going to say, no, I'm not eligible for a fee waiver. I'm going to hit continue. And just so you can see that in the profile section, I've completed everything except for that geography and nationality question, which I'm going to go back to right before I submit my application. And I'm going to close that section up and I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'll see you in just a moment to talk about the family section.